Oh, that was so awesome! But this thing has me worried. But that thing was so awesome, and this thing has me worried. But that was so awesome. Now I'm worried again. I'm in a glass case of emotion again.
I'm starting to get the impression you might be bipolar.
To quote Caboose, I have no idea what that means.
I'm pretty sure you do. Anyway, hello one and all. Welcome back to Let's Discuss RWBY. I am the MaxN'Mate. Joining me as always is...
YourOnlyMate, because, well, who else?
Yeah, this is him. It's always him. And in this part, we're going to be talking about the... man, I don't even know what the word is.
The 13.
I know 13, but pre-finale episode. Penultimate, I think, is what I'm trying to go for.
Okay.
I don't know. Point is... Oh, wow, this is great. We're really good at this. We're going to talk about Volume 5, Chapter 13, Downfall.
Sorry, because of something that happens, it's kind of a pun.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they were actually doing. Anything you wanted to say before we just start talking about the episode?
I mean, usually it starts off with, like, the preview, but this time it did not. We got,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the preview was, later in the episode.
Like, we got some RWBY and Yang tag teaming against, Emerald and Mercury.
I think they were, like, switching up their opponents, but at the very beginning, I found their switching positions motion kind of interesting for some reason. They just kind of, like, swoop to the other side. I don't know, I guess they're trying to, like, throw the other two off balance or something. It works.
Yeah, but like, either way, Mercury kicks RWBY's scythe away.
And he's just like, look at me, I'm a smug jerk. Haha, what are you gonna do about it? Remember the last time I did this? Haha. And then he gets headbutt.
Headbutt! And he's like, gripping his nose,
like,
and RWBY picks up the scythe, saying, whatever it takes to shut you up.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
I just like seeing things go wrong for smug characters.
Yeah.
Characters who think that they're completely and totally invincible getting shown up is pretty much the greatest thing anything can do.
Especially when it's a villain.
Yeah. Okay, so the point is, moving right along, we go back to the, I guess the Jean ER unit. And he's like, man, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. And Nora's all like, it's your semblance, dude. And he's like, whoop! He's like,
and she's like, well, how else do you think you're healing her?
Well, I don't think I am. What I really am doing is just giving her all my dang aura.
And which then naturally leaves Nora worrying, like, wait, aren't you worried about running out?
Well, I mean...
Which is a valid point.
Yeah, it is a valid point, but I guess that is why Pyrrha said that he had a lot of aura, so, I mean, it makes sense.
And, yeah, that line gets brought back up.
Exactly, he quotes it.
Your one said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think Jean might be, like, the first... I mean, not the first, but, like, one of the only characters who's been in fights that we haven't seen their aura deplete.
I mean, there's a lot of characters I don't think we've seen their aura deplete, like, ever, but yeah, Jean is one of them.
Jean is one of them, which means it's pretty clear that he's considered tankier than other characters.
Yeah.
Whereas,
plus he wears armor.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas characters like Ren seems to really not have much at all, which fits with his whole sneaky ninja thing. He's not great for up close, you know, combat stuff.
Yeah, think of it like, trying to think of I'm literally trying to compare them to Overwatch at this point. Let's say
Genji?
Let's say Ren is Genji, and Jean is
Reinhardt.
No, not Reinhardt. I'm trying to think of like someone who can heal others, but is also like a bit tanky.
I don't think any of the support classes really do that.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Let's just say like he's Lucio.
Yeah, let's go with that.
With the sound barrier.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. He makes people stronger by giving them his aura, and that's pretty swell.
Yeah.
And it really,
if anyone is Reinhardt, it's Nora.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen the fan art. The point being, so, Weiss starts actually waking up, which is pretty nice, and she's all like, yo, what just happened? And Jean's like, you're hurt, don't move. People are fighting. He's like, that's annoying. And it's like, yo, Weiss, coming back from impalement with the snark. just how I would always hope. No matter what, you can't keep the Ice Queen down.
I would laugh if she says that at some point.
Possibly. I mean, considering they keep bringing it back up, I don't know, maybe she'll learn to embrace the title or something.
Yeah, like, embrace it. If people are just trying to mock her with it, then, I don't know, if you embrace it, then, well, you take all the power away.
Right. So,
Make it your own.
More clarification on John's semblance, which is pretty great. Calls back to the Ren saying that, you know, generally some say it's personality-based what your power is. Some say it's the other way around, but it makes sense. This is definitely the type of power John would have.
If it's personality-based, there are a couple friends I have, it actually scares me as what theirs could be.
But I mean,
I'm not going to name them, but let's just say I'd be worried.
Nextly, I'm going to have to call out RWBY on her tactical, I guess, strategy that she gave in the last episode. Because
I think a lot of people did.
Well, no, I mean, it's just really just one thing primarily. I mean, well, first of all, she says, John, keep healing Weiss, like, no-brainer.
Yeah.
And with her remaining 2 allies, okay, Crow and Ozpin need help against Hazel, who's this hulking brute of a man, right?
Yeah,
let's
I think...
see. Who do you put up against him? Let's see. The glass cannon or the tank? It's like, yeah, no, Ren, you go out there. You can do it. Nora, you stand by and protect John. I feel like that would have been better for Ren, actually.
Yeah, but I feel like the best way I could justify sending Ren to fight Hazel was, I don't know, use his semblance to try and get him to calm down.
I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, we've never seen Ren use his semblance in combat.
Yeah, but that could have been a creative way of going about it.
I mean, I guess, but still, I mean, he's never really done that sort of thing before. Besides, I don't think calming Hazel down would let him see Rash, and I think he would just be more composed and less of a brute.
I guess, but...
Either way, Ren runs in and gets his ass kicked real fast.
And Nora leaps in and gets slammed into the ground.
Yeah, but it's okay, because Nora is real good at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you seem to have electrified me. That was a very poor decision on your part.
Yep.
I like that, because of all the dust crystals he could have shoved in his arms, he went with electricity, which is like the only one that somebody else in the room could have countered. Like, had it been fire or ice or anything else, I feel like Nora would have had a much worse chance of things.
Yeah, but how would he know?
He wouldn't.
Yeah,
it's just, I just still find it convenient that that's the one he picks, because we see later that he has other kinds too.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, the point is, Nora jumps in, and she's like, getting electrocuted, and he just throws that fool. Ozpin makes sure to say, oh, his semblance is he doesn't feel pain. Which I just gotta sidetrack that noise. Kind of a terrible semblance.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily terrible. Like, think of it like you are basically Guts' Berserker armor.
Right. I mean, in the
sure, it can let you fight at your fullest potential.
Yeah.
But just because you don't feel the hits you're taking doesn't mean they're not there.
Right. Although I guess that would explain something later. We'll get to that. But the point is, we have pain for a reason.
Yeah.
Turns out evolutionarily, yeah, it has a point. Anyway, Nora goes completely Hulk smash on that fool and bashes him.
Wait. I love Nora's line at that point. I don't need him to hurt. I just need him to go down!
And down he went, through a wall.
Yep.
And then Adam, who's outside, just kind of looks at it and goes, huh, well, that's weird. That's weird. Like, what was that about?
Though, it is impressive how Hazel just gets up, it's like, none of your concern.
Well, to be fair, again, I imagine that's the no pain thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't feel pain, like, even if Nora managed to, like, crack some ribs with that shot, which it kind of looked like she might have. I mean, if he doesn't feel it, then I guess he could just get back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
man. I just noticed how veiny his arms are. Ew.
Yeah, honestly, that was actually a hint to like a side effect of like channeling dust into your body.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of downsides to doing that.
No, I mean when he was introduced back in Volume 4, they added the veins like at his sleeve as like a tease to it.
Oh, maybe that's why he tore off his coat. Makes sense, I guess. Either way, Hazel's like, "Shut up, Adam. No one likes you anyway." And he stabs.
It's true.
And he stabs more dust into his arms. I'm assuming they're fire ones, what with the red.
Probably.
I mean, I feel like it's a safe bet. Although we don't actually get to see what that does for reasons.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, Ruby's like looking around. Yang's panting, like, obviously exhausted.
She's tired.
Everyone else is down.
And go ahead, have your little fanboy moment.
I was hoping you would let me have this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adam's like, okay, we're just gonna move on. Our friends are almost done. Then we hear, Adam! He looks up, and Blake has arrived!
Yeah.
And of course, Adam's the cocky asshole he is, saying, I went through so much trouble to find you, and you deliver yourself to me.
Yeah.
Blake's just like, look, this ain't right. Stop what you're doing. We can end this peacefully.
Kudos to Blake for actually attempting some sort of peaceful resolution.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows none of the people present deserve it.
Yeah. They really don't.
No,
but
no.
I mean,
Blake's a nice cat.
Right.
Blake's a nice cat.
Yeah. So
he's like, nah, we're gonna fight. And he's like, you can't stop me. Have you seen yourself? And Blake's all like,
you can't stop me, Blade. Yeah, I can't stop you by myself. And then the army is here.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like,
and considering how many White Fang are there with Adam.
Yeah, there's like a grand total of 7 of them, including Adam.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have brought more dudes. Like, whatever happened to that one hulking dude with a giant chainsaw? Why isn't he there?
I think he's dead.
How would he die?
Well, he was in that train when it got blown up.
I mean, I guess. The point is, I feel like they should have more members.
Yeah, but I guess Adam didn't think that far ahead.
I mean, I guess he wasn't expecting an ambush.
Plus, he was trying to sneak into Haven.
That's true. I guess you could only bring so many dudes.
Taking more and more people would have, like, jeopardized that.
Yeah. Anywho, Adam remains undeterred. He's all like, oh, so you got yourself some army peoples. Like I give a dang. And then more suddenly, show up.
Yeah, Blake called in even more reinforcements.
He just straight up called the cops. Which I don't think we've ever seen happen on this show.
Did no one ever think of doing that?
I mean, kudos to Blake. That was a good plan. Hey, let's alert the authorities. They have airships.
Yeah, so
then he's like, oh, dang, that's just the worst. But I'm still not giving up. I'll just blow everybody and everything up.
And what?
Ah, dang! It looks like your dang chameleon friend's done turned face.
Wait, before we get to that, I still like that one guy's reaction. Like, what are you doing? You trying to kill us all?
Yeah.
And he just grabs that guy and yells in his face, "I'm trying to make humanity pay!"
He's something along those lines. Is like, okay, we get it. You're a crazy person. Like, chill.
Yeah.
And
then Blake reveals that they sent Ilya ahead to disarm the explosives.
Which did they even know that they had explosives? Was that something they learned?
No, I think they must have sent Ilya ahead.
Like a scout.
Yeah, because let's face it, he'd be the best person for it.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much her entire thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, all right, Ilya, you go ahead and like figure out what exactly it is they're doing. And then she saw the bombs, and she's all like, yo, bombs. And Blake's all like, yo, stop that. And she's like, okay.
And then she did.
And then she did. To be honest, her camouflage powers are not as great as they could be.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's a more realistic portrayal of a chameleon color change instead of just going invisible. I guess that would be too OP.
Plus, at night, then she's pretty much set.
Well, yeah, and plus, you know, very much distracted. Anyway, Adam's all like, yo, Hazel, mind helping a guy? And he's like, haha, no. And just, Hazel has no interest in helping, and then he's all like, all right, well, guess I gotta kill Blake.
Actually, before that, she's even saying, look, it's over.
Like,
then he...
legitimately, there is nothing you can do about this.
Yep, so he decides, you know what, I'm gonna try and kill Blake again.
And it does not work.
Because Shadow Clone!
Shadow Clone! And people...
Goes right next to him, raising her arms.
Axe handle.
I love how it cuts to his face, like...
Oh,
god. Axe handle, BAM! To the back.
Knock that mask off. Do it. Do
Yes.
it. Knock the mask off. I want to see what's hiding behind there. I want to know if he has 4 eyes.
I gotta say, just that moment when she axe handles him and like, just
Personally, I would have kicked the sword away after that.
Still, I've been waiting for something like that for so long.
I see a lot of comments about people complaining about how easy it was to beat Adam. Well,
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. We know what you think. The point is that I'm trying to get to is I don't think the fight is over yet.
No, it's not. In the next chapter, I want Blake to kick his ass.
Well, somebody. It's probably going to be like a team thing, considering the amount. He's the biggest threat, and considering the amount of people, like I don't know, some sort of elaborate tag maneuvers between like Blake, Son, and Ilya, maybe even like her dad.
Although if it is just Blake by herself, I will just be like, best episode ever.
Yes, we know. You're a big old fan of that guy. And completely undeterred from being axe-handled, he tells everybody, hey, the other White Fang dudes, kill them. And they try. They certainly try. Points to the one dude who points his gun at the airship as if that would do something.
Yeah, unless
that's
you have,
the first thing he does.
Aim in the world, you're not gonna hit anyone.
Like, that's the first thing. Like, everyone else tries to aim for, like, a person, because, you know, they might be able to stop one of those, but one dude just straight up starts shooting the ships with his gun. Ambitious.
I mean, props for trying. If he somehow got the pilot, then he could have brought it down and maybe had it crash on some people.
Maybe. Either way, Hazel's just watching, minding in his own business, thinking about, hey, maybe I'll go back in there and murder some people, and then shank!
Yep, and...
I get this moment to shine.
Yeah.
Weiss is back on her feet, and she is rather upset about everything that's happened. And she summoned the giant freaking bee monster. Wasp monster, I don't even know, I don't even care, it doesn't matter, it's got a stinger, and that thing went straight through that fool. And reeled it in like a scorpion.
Get over here!
Pretty much. Like, although oddly, Hazel seems less than bothered by it.
Well, because he can't feel pain, but...
Yeah, I know, but he still has a hole in his chest and back.
I feel like Hazel could die by the end of the volume just by not caring about the hits he's taken.
I mean, there's only so much damage anybody can take, and like, I get that he's obviously, you know, a much bigger and bulkier dude than Weiss is, but, you know, she got impaled, and that was life-threatening, and... The stab wound that Weiss gives to him is, like, way bigger.
Yeah.
Like, that's a much more substantial shank.
Why do I imagine Hazel's death being more comedic, whereas, like, he gets impaled through the lung, doesn't seem to care, and it's just like, why am I struggling to breathe now?
I don't know. At the same time, I feel like this is the type of... Like, if this is his semblance, he should know about the risks.
Yeah.
Anyway, besides the point, not only is Weiss all better, she's even better than before. Because, I mean, she's, like, glowing and stuff. She's got, like, this wind effect thing going on here. Jean's semblance apparently kicks a lot more ass than anybody expected.
Apparently he's, Anna and Nano Boost.
Yeah. You're powered up, get in there.
Overwatch comparisons just for the hell of it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And Weiss is like, yo, you're probably gonna die now.
But then we get this moment where I feel like I should really talk about this.
Fine, go ahead. I won't talk.
Weiss looks over and goes, Blake and Yang turn around. Wait, no, not Blake. RWBY and Yang, sorry, turn around. They also gasp. Blake walks into the room. Team RWBY finally seeing each other again.
Sort of.
Blake looks over. All she says is, Yang? But then, like, RWBY tells Yang in the distraction, run to the vault.
Yeah, like, there's kind of more, there's more important stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yes, this is a big deal, but we'll cross that bridge when our lives aren't in danger.
Like, yes, Blake and Yang are my favorite characters, and I want them to, like, be together again, and obviously for things to be good. But I don't want them to make up in the middle of all this.
Okay, at least you're not that insane.
Yeah.
But there's a time and a place for all of these things. I don't know. I feel like a part of that, like, she was probably surprised to see any of them there. But, like, I feel like Yang being there would be the most confusing out of all of them.
Though, like, everyone knows I'm a fan of Bumblebee. And yes, the fact that Blake only addressed Yang, that did make that side of me feel really good.
Yeah.
Also, I mentioned this before we started recording, I want an alternate clip of that scene.
Where Ruby and Weiss get offended.
Yeah, they're just like, whoa! We're
Hey,
here too, Blake!
What the hell? It's like, it's funny, because Blake doesn't care about other characters.
Apparently not.
Like, what the hell? Anyway, Yang's got more important stuff to do, so she runs off. Mercury and Emerald attempt to stop her. Does not work.
Well, Mercury grabs her robo-arm, and
in a surprising case of foreshadowing, the arm is detached.
Yeah, and she just keeps going to the vault.
She freaking books it. Character development.
Yep. Leaps down the hole, and Weiss cuts them off with an ice wall.
So that was nice of her.
Ice wall coming up.
Okay, you can stop now. We get it. freaking dork. Anyway, so, Yang looked like she was gonna fight, but then she's all like, nah, I got better things to do. Have my arm.
There's more important things I gotta attend to.
Yeah, and so she does. And then, Ruby and Blake, they catch eyes, and they look at each other, and they both nod, and they're like, yeah, okay, let's go both do the fighty thing that we do. We'll talk later. Yeah, but in my personal interpretation, I want an alternate scene where Ruby looks at Blake and says, oh, hey, are we going to talk to each other? And Blake says, why like, start now? And runs off. Because those two, I can't even comfortably call them friends. I can't.
Honestly, like, the only real moment I feel like, only moments I feel like they're friends is from Chibi.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they never, like, they don't have, I don't think they have any scenes where it's just them.
I mean, aside from waiting for everyone else to turn up at the docks, but Penny was there too, so that's kind of,
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, especially,
Yeah, I don't...
No, there was, like, one moment during the mech fight where, like, Yang gets punched through the pillar and Blake's
they
like,
have a team attack.
No, I was talking after that.
Oh.
Like, Blake's worried about Yang, and Ruby's like, no, don't worry, with each hit she gets stronger and she uses that to fight back.
Yeah.
Like, explaining Yang's semblance.
Right, but... and that's cool and everything, but that's still not exactly a moment.
Yeah.
Every other character combination of Team RWBY have had at least one moment. Even Blake and Weiss. And this volume even showed us Weiss and Yang, so there you go. Either way, that's all well and good, and now we get
Honestly, you brought up that, like, fan art of Ruby saying to Blake, hey Blake, you ever wonder why we don't talk to each other? And Blake's like, who are you?
Nobody knows.
Is it weird that I kind of want that in Chibi as, like, a reference?
I mean, they kind of did that with, Blake and Jean, kind of.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, I mean, it would sort of be the same joke, ultimately.
Yes, might not be that great. I do have a couple other scenes for Chibi, but we don't have to go into them right now.
Yeah, no, we can talk about that later. Point is, it's time for, like, I guess, the main event of the episode.
Yes.
Maiden fight!
Fight!
And they fight so good.
Cinder
makes the weapons. Raven's all like, nope, and breaks the weapons. I'm impressed at how fast she can actually make weapons in retrospect.
I'm honestly, like, I'm really impressed with how fast they were moving in this fight as well.
Yeah, they were pretty fast. I guess, I mean, these are significantly more well-trained people.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine, obviously, for reasons, Cinder doesn't have as much experience, but they are two characters that, like, have a lot more power and experience than everyone else, so it makes sense that their fight would be, like, on a different level.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I wanted to see
was...
when it came to Cinder fighting Ozpin, even though we only got, like, about 5 seconds of that. Still not sure. Still not sure how. Still not entirely sure how she killed him, but there you go, I guess.
She's just that good.
I guess.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Makes no sense to me. But I do. Hang on. I want to point out a very, very cool scene where they basically, like, knock the swords out of each other's hands and they, like, trade. like Raven is using Cinder's, like, glass sword and Raven's swinging around Raven's sword. It's like, whoa, that's clever.
Honestly, like, some of the parts that really stand out to me in that fight was like, okay, I just want to point out they're like flying around, so we can confirm that maidens fly.
Yeah, maidens can definitely
as
fly.
well as
and then they make giant honking swords. Like, that's unnecessary, but cool.
Cinder makes one made of fire, Raven makes one made of ice,
and then
they collide.
And it makes everything shake, and everyone's all like, yo, the hell was that?
Yep.
And then rocks fall.
And then the music kicks in, like, this is the end, now you will die.
No one will miss you when you're gone. This is the least subtle song this show has ever had.
That's an understatement.
Like that's just up front. Like, oh yeah, no, we're fighting now. Someone's gonna die. Deal with it.
Also, during that fight, I do like how Raven jams her sword into a rock, flies into it to, like, turn herself around.
Yeah, that's pretty clever.
That was so awesome!
We call that in the business choreography.
Yeah, and I want to say this now, and I don't want to sound like I'm, like, dissing anyone or anything, but in my reaction, I said it felt like I was watching a death battle between the two. I take that back. If anything, Torian should take notes from these people.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, calling out Torian. Damn. Anyway, we continue the fight. Cinder tries to use her, you know, wacky, wavy, inflatable arm.
Torian is great.
Yes, I know.
Just saying.
Yeah,
and he did animate a fight for this volume.
Yes, late reaction, but there you go.
I'm just saying.
I know.
I felt like I had to get it out sooner. And wait, oh crap.
Fair enough. Anyway, Cinder tries to, you know, use her absorption nonsense with her crazy arm, but then a rock falls on her head, and that's unfortunate.
Ow.
Yeah, just a big ol' honkin'...
Actually, I do like the detail that Cinder was looking up, sees that, and freezes her in place.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. Just, like, using distractions. Also, Cinder kind of flies using, like, an Iron Man type of way by using her hands to, like, shoot fire out like a jetpack.
Yeah, I think, like, this was brought up in comments, like, people speculating, oh, so the Full Maiden only uses fire.
No.
No, that's not
that's
the
just
case.
what... No, Cinder just likes fire. It's almost like that's her freaking name or something.
Yeah, like... I mean, when Raven, like, leaps up, we see, like, bits of wind. And, no, she uses ice.
All maidens have all of the elements. I think they just have preferences.
Yeah, this was brought up on RWBY Rewind. Like, all the maidens are basically equal in terms of, like, how much magic they can use, or what they can use.
So basically, it comes down to just ability. What the user likes. Right. And so when it comes to, like, maidens fighting, it's, you know, just whoever is inherently the better fighter.
Yeah, and speaking of RWBY Rewind, there's something I remember being brought up when Blake knocks out Adam.
Yeah. In
that moment in the script, they just had, like, a little bracket of just F you, Adam Taurus.
Yep, makes sense. Even the writers are sick of him.
I know, and some people were like, does Blake actually say that?
No. Although that would be one hell of a line.
I know, I would have just been like, yes! If she said it.
The day one of the main RWBY team drop an F-bomb, my goodness, that'll be something.
No, if any character in the whole show is going to drop an F-bomb, it's going to be the shopkeep. Or he said it, but we just don't hear it.
Yeah, either way.
He's only ever gone, Urgh.
Whoa, language, old man! Anyway. This next part is super important, and I feel like it's going to be even more important in the next episode. Both Cinder and Raven clearly run out of aura. They both do. They both do. That's the exact thing that they always show when aura is depleted.
Or it, like, shattering.
Or it's shattering or something. Either way, either that or they have very, very, very little now.
Yeah.
The point is, they wouldn't have added that effect if it didn't mean something. And then Raven is all like, hey, it's a shame you're so, stupid, or else, you actually would probably win. Like, as an echo when she was making fun of Raven. I was like, man, what you talking about? I was like, watch my back. Who's behind me? Oh, it's that dead girl. Who's not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Gets off a shot, Cinder blocks it, and...
that's all Raven needed.
Yeah.
And ice push!
In.
Actually, I think that was more like a lightning attack. It looked like there was crackles of lightning with that one.
Yeah, but...
Either way, she got...
Boom! Cinder goes flying, the mask is completely shattered, and we see the gross half of her face.
Gotta be honest, not that big of a difference, not sure why she even bothered. Like, I don't really see the point of the mask. Her hair was doing a good enough job hiding that anyway.
Maybe she thought, the mask could still, like, heal just a little bit more of it.
I mean, maybe. Either way, and then, I gotta be honest, I'm not sure why Raven went this method. She freezes Cinder, and, I mean, Cinder seems, like, really upset about that fact. Like, she's got her scared face on, So, I mean... She does get frozen real good. And she does fall down a really big pit.
But we don't know how deep the pit is.
Well, deep enough that we didn't hear a thud or a crackle. Like, I was expecting that. Like, we'll either hear a thud or we'll hear a shatter. Because I'm guessing maybe the animators wouldn't want to animate somebody, like, shattering, I guess.
Yeah,
because that'd be kind of gross for this show. I mean, they've been getting more ambitious with their violence, but they haven't reached that point,
Yeah, also, we should really say this now. We don't believe Cinder's dead.
No way in hell.
No.
She's been way too important, and she's got way too much power to just be killed by, like, an off-screen thud.
Yeah,
if this were a Disney movie, maybe, but not here.
Well, funny you say that, because she is inspired by a Disney character.
In name only.
Okay, if you asked who, that would have given me deja vu to, like, a conversation I was having with someone else.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't name this person, but I was talking to him about RWBY, and I mentioned, oh, did you catch who Cinder was inspired by? And he said, who? I was like, Cinderella?
And then the person you were talking to very logically says, okay, so they share part of a name, and I guess Cinder uses glass, and there were glass shoes in Cinderella. But other than that, I don't see any connection.
Yeah, that is pretty much... Although he was a bit more annoyed about it.
Like, all of the fairy tale connections are so loose. So loose.
I mean, you can't be, like, 100% with it.
Well, no, obviously not. I don't remember Cinderella, being evil and burning people to death with her, and using a crazy dark arm. That movie would be better if she did, but... The point is, Cinder is not dead.
No.
Especially, we've established a precedent with this show, with the exception of Ozpin, which they had to do to play up the mystery of why he was inside Oscar's head. We see a body when people die.
Plus, heavily implied, like, for instance, with Ozpin, we see in the post-credit scene that Crow had his cane.
Yeah.
And even says Oz is gone.
Right. So, that's the thing. I feel like Raven really should have maybe she wasn't trying to kill Cinder, though.
Or maybe she was, just doesn't know how deep the pit is, and freezing her would probably be the best way.
Yeah, but here, think about it. She clearly doesn't like being the Spring Maiden, right? So why would she openly, like, make it so she'd probably end up as the Fall Maiden, too? Because apparently these powers stack.
Yeah,
and she obviously knows about the rules, so if she killed Cinder, chances are that would be she'd be the last person she thinks of, and she'd get more of the power, and she'd be even more involved in this.
Oh, yeah, true.
So maybe this was just her way of trying to neutralize her long enough to get the relic and run?
That's another confirmation of Cinder not being dead, because we did not see the full Maiden powers, like, go into Raven.
No, they didn't transfer. They didn't... Like, we would have seen something, like when we saw Cinder get the powers, like, it's a bit more theatric. It's not invisible.
Yeah.
Like, if those fall powers were leaving her, they would have flown out of the hole and, like, bashed into something. It's like, you're the new host. Yoink. You know?
Yep.
So definitely not dead. I'm pretty sure she's going to come out of that pit in the finale.
Yeah, well, we can theorize about that soon.
Right. Anyway, so Vernal was apparently alive for long enough to do that, but nothing else. And now she's dead.
She's dead.
Dead as hell.
Raven even does the close their eyes thing.
Which is weird because her eyes were closed when she did that shot.
And then just turned open upon death.
Yeah, for dramatic effect, I guess. Either way.
Yeah. Anyway,
goodbye.
I bet you're happy.
Yeah,
because Vernal's confirmed death.
Yeah, goodbye, Vernal. You had like 4 scenes, and one of them was beating up my favorite character, and you're dead now. So, oh well. Like
that's how I'm gonna feel if Adam dies.
Well, I mean, at least there's like, with Adam, it's like, oh good, he's getting killed. That's great, awesome. We hate that guy. With Vernal,
oh no, I'm gonna have one hell of a reaction for that.
I know. But the point is, with Vernal, like, she really did not play much of a role in anything. Really.
Yeah, she was literally just as a decoy.
Exactly, and I was
listening to
it was in
Miles
RWBY.
and Carrie talk about this.
Yeah, but I want to say something first.
Sorry.
Because I watched RWBY Rewind, and it was no, not the new one, but the one before it.
Okay.
And they were like, oh man, it sure seems like, Vernal was just, a red herring and nothing else. And then, like, Chad and Yissa are like, yeah.
Issa,
sorry. But the boy's like, yeah, that definitely seems to be the case. Whatever. Like, no one really cares that she died, and I love it. Okay, now you may talk, sorry. I hate to interrupt.
But, yeah, so when Miles and Carrie, like, they knew, like, of course Raven's gonna be the Spring Maiden, like, going into it, but they were like, okay, now we're gonna have a lot of people theorizing, and we don't want to lie to the audience.
Right.
It's kind of like a misdirection sort of thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact, like, lines.
Honestly, I'm surprised to learn so many people, like, I guess, theorized that Raven was a maiden. I never thought of that.
Me neither. Apparently, a couple of people I knew thought of it. They did not say anything beforehand. No public posts.
Yeah, so they might have just been trying to sound smart.
Yeah.
It's possible. Like I don't doubt it. Like, sure, somebody probably theorized it at some point, but I didn't know it was as common as it was, apparently.
Well, to quote Washington from Red vs. Blue, it only counts if you call it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so that's, well, then Yang falls down the pit, and she's all like, yo, what up?
And then the episode ends, and I'm worried!
For some reason, I don't really know why. Oh, right, also she opened up that gate, and it's like a pocket dimension, and there's like a desert on the other side of the tree, and I don't really know what the deal with that is, but we'll figure it out in the next episode, probably.
Yeah, but... Okay,
But why are you worried about Yang? The most safe character to have ever... If any other character fell down that hole, maybe you'd have reason to worry. Yang?
Okay.
No, you don't.
Listen. It's because of the ending... It's... remembering the ending of Volume 3 that makes me worried. Now, I have my reasoning. Just let me get out of there.
I'm listening.
I know Yang's gonna be okay physically. Like, she's not gonna die or anything like that. But it's emotionally that I'm worried about.
Okay.
Because that was the thing that really just hurt me the most at the ending of Volume 3. Like, the last scene with Yang. Like, she was practically dead inside. And then I had to wait what felt like for an eternity, like through GB and all the lead up to Volume 4 to see if she was in the slightest bit better.
Marginally.
Just... don't do that to me again.
Don't worry. She's probably just gonna have to deal with her deadbeat mom dying.
Well, this time she'll have all her friends, like, with her there.
Yeah, so I mean... we'll be able to more readily console. Because let's just do a quick, like, villain tally, okay? So Emerald and Mercury are still up and can still do stuff. So that's them. Adam and the White Fang are being assaulted by, you know, an army of Faunus, so they're probably not going to be playing much of a factor in things.
Yeah, that's screwed.
Yeah. Lionheart, in general, seems to be just kind of a massive wuss.
Oh, yeah, he did nothing this chapter.
Yeah, I don't even know if we saw him, but either way.
No, we saw him take shots at Oscar, but that was it.
Right. Yeah. Well, either way, on a one-on-one fight, I feel like he would lose to just about anybody, it seems.
I mean, he lost to Oscar.
Yeah, so, either way, so that really leaves Hazel, who I really feel like is on the down slide now.
Since he has a hole in his torso now.
Assuming his aura didn't immediately heal that. I don't think that's how that works, though. I don't know. Either way, even if that was, like, somehow instantly healed, so he's not, like, in mortal peril, because we didn't see his aura break, so maybe, I don't know. The point being, I doubt he's got much left in him. So, I feel like he's the biggest threat, but he's also probably the one who's taken the most damage by this point.
Yeah.
And that would just leave Cinder, who's definitely not dead and gonna fly out of that hole and murder Raven somehow.
Okay, I have two ways I think that could go.
Alright.
And of course, this is like depending on how the Yang-Raven confrontation goes.
I don't know if they're gonna fight.
Well, if they do, there's something I recalled, and even went back to Volume 4 to rewatch, that made me feel like less worried for Yang. Which was Tai Yang's training. Not just in making sure that she can still fight and actually make her a better fighter, but telling her that her and Raven go at everything like the same way, but now Yang doesn't. Like, she's better now.
Well, at the very least, she knows about that, and she can react more accordingly.
Yeah, and use it against Raven.
Yeah, like, use the hard counter.
Yeah, if a fight breaks out between them.
Right, Raven attacks full force just like Yang does, and that can obviously lead to some, you know, openings that can be exploited.
Though I will say, because Yang's going into this fight with only her left arm, that's,
Yeah, but she also has her legs.
I know, but...
And Raven should be pretty damn tired by now.
And plus, I don't think Raven's going to kill her daughter.
No. She's a horrible, terrible
anything
person.
Like that.
Yeah, she's a horrible, terrible person and deserves pain and misery, but, like, she's not gonna kill Yang.
No.
She might fight her, but she's not gonna kill her outright.
No, but anyway, like I was saying, neither of them are really gonna go down, the way I'm thinking. But then, Cinder is obviously gonna fall out of the ice prison, use the stretchy grim arm to get back up. Whilst all this is going down between Raven and Yang, one of two things. Either she'll fire an arrow and hit Raven in the chest, which distracts Yang a whole bunch, gets her a bit stressed. Cinder then uses the Grim Arm to grab the relic and just fly out of there, because what reason does she have to stick around? The relic is right there. That's what they came here for.
But she is also very power obsessed.
Sure, but she could also think, okay, I could still kill her, and the power will go to someone else, less experienced, so I could just come back to that power another day.
Possible.
Because if she goes back to Salem completely empty-handed, oh boy.
Yeah, that'd probably be a problem.
Yeah,
I imagine she'll probably prioritize the relic over getting more power, but I still feel like that's something she would do. But at the same time, look, here's the thing. Everyone's theorizing Raven's going to die, and if she does, like, Yang's gonna get those powers.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm not gonna lie, if that happens, there's something I plan on tweeting.
No, of course you do.
But I'm not gonna say what it is during a recording.
Okay. That's not.
I'll tell you afterwards, though.
Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Anyways.
Okay, if you want, I can say it.
No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's whatever. Don't worry about it. The point is...
Okay, fine, I'll tell you afterwards.
Alright. The point is, Yang's gonna get those flippin' powers if Raven dies, and I see very little evidence to support the idea that she won't.
Yeah.
Because she's weakened and distracted, and Cinder is definitely not dead. And a sneak attack can definitely defeat any sense of, like, actual, you know, combat prowess gap that there is between the two.
Yeah, plus, I mean, sneak attack would make the most sense because she would have less chance to put her aura up and defend herself.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is almost broken at this point, so who knows?
Yeah, definitely. She has very little at this point. So.
But the other idea I had was Raven sees that Cinder's ready to fire an arrow, but it seems like she's about to shoot Yang. So Raven throws herself in front of Yang as the arrow's being fired and takes the hit.
Yeah, I don't see Raven being a good enough person to do that.
If she does, though, I called it.
Alright, fine, you called it. Although, if she does do that, I'm gonna call it does not absolve her of anything.
I mean, it's at least one, like, final, like...
It's like, congratulations, that's the second time you've done anything for her.
Oh, wait, hell no, she has, like, that rule, she'll save someone once.
Alright.
So if she saves Yang twice...
Yeah, I guess.
Then... I guess that'd be nice. She, like, bends her rule, like, for her daughter.
Either way, I'm still not going to forgive her.
Oh, no, me neither, but I will still say that, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so there you go. So, all of the pieces are on the board. We just gotta wait for the finale to come out to figure out how it all goes down.
Yep.
I mean...
There is one thing I can... Oh, sorry.
All I can really think is... all I can definitely... 100% I feel like is going to happen is Raven dying and Yang getting those powers, because that's a great thing to leave the, you know, great season-ending cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because that's just really handy. I'm pretty sure the villains are going to get the relic, but I still feel like, for all intents and purposes, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose, like, some people.
Like, I'm pretty
especially with, like, the police there. Either...
Adam's getting arrested or killed.
Yeah, he's gonna die or get arrested.
Yeah.
If he dies, I'm gonna have one hell of a reaction.
Yes.
But if he gets arrested, I will be so happy, especially if it's just Blake by herself kicking his ass.
Yeah, so, I mean, no matter what, I feel like Adam is done.
Oh, please.
And Hazel is in a very bad spot.
And actually, there's something I want to touch on in relation to Hazel. Like, what if he dies, but Weiss is the one who ultimately is the reason why?
Okay.
Which leads into a little something about Weiss's semblance, the summoning.
Oh, she cannot summon Hazel.
That'd be cool, though.
She summons Grimm.
What's the night?
I don't know, some kind of thing? I flippin' know. The point is she would not be able to summon Hazel.
What reason do we have to believe that?
We've seen her summon 3 things. 2 of them...
Yeah, the 3 things that she's killed, but she hasn't killed people.
I guess. I don't know, wouldn't that have come up in conversation at some point?
Well, I want to know, can she summon people that she's killed?
I don't think she can.
Well, perhaps we'll see it, like...
That's too OP.
Someday.
Too OP.
I guess, but...
Like, I mean, she could definitely summon that dragon if they went and killed it. That
I want that.
I want that,
like,
too.
Yeah, just imagine Team RWBY flying on a dragon.
Yeah, plus that's just something Weiss could just have. It's like, yo, I got a big honking dragon. What up? Like, that'd be great.
Oh! You know what, because she can do the whole, like, what was her name?
I don't know.
I feel horrible because this is such a well-known name.
Winter?
No.
I don't even know what you're trying to talk about.
Damn it.
So I can't help you.
Rita Repulsa. There we go.
Oh, her.
Sorry, that name just, like, escaped my head for some reason.
What about her?
Well, we know she can, like, make her summons, like, grow.
Oh, right.
And she can summon tiny versions of them.
That's also true.
So imagine if she sends, like, a dragon tiny into, like, an enemy base and does the whole, make my monster grow!
No, that would be pretty great.
And then just destroys the whole thing.
That would be pretty great. I wonder if that... Is it a permanent summon, or say if somebody killed one of the summons, Would they?
No, I think it must be permanent.
I'm thinking it is, but also I don't know. There's a lot of questions about that I don't fully understand.
No, it is permanent because in Volume 4 she summoned the boar by mistake, and Ironwood shot it in the head. But she summoned it again in Volume 5.
You're right. Okay, yeah, there you go.
So the knight is not gone.
Fair enough. All right, no, you're right. So then, I'm not entirely sure how Cinder's gonna get away, but I'm sure she will.
Yeah, she'll just fly out of there.
True, but what's that mean for Emerald and Mercury?
I guess they'll just, like, see that she's ready to leave and then just be like, cheese it!
Will they be able to cheese it? I mean, there's a lot of people outside. Including airships with spotlights.
Go through a different door, I think.
Possibly? I don't know. Either way, things are looking bad for...
The villains.
Yeah, the villains. But most specifically, Raven, Hazel, and Adam.
By the way, can I touch on, like, one thing that happens with Yang in this chapter?
Okay.
Okay, remember when she jumped down the path to the vault?
Yeah.
I timed how long that was. It was 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
Okay.
She was falling that entire time.
Doubt it. That's just that's just cinematic timing.
Well, yeah, but I also have no way to really time that, like, accurately. So this is just, like, based on, like, runtime. I
mean, it's possible that the elevator ride down was that long, but I feel like it's just more for dramatic effect.
Yeah, plus she could have been using Basilica to slow us descent.
Yeah, so she doesn't go splat.
Well, we've seen her, like, fall from, like, great heights before
well,
and get right back up.
You're the one who suggested it.
I just thought it was something worth bringing up.
Fair enough. Anyway, was there a preview?
Yes, there was.
What happened?
Well, we cut to the fight between the Faunus, the White Fang, and the police.
Okay.
The police are like, hold your fire, stand down. Those White Fang guys get surrounded, and they still try to hold their guns up, and then they put the guns down after, like, it is established that they got no chance.
Yay.
And Ilya, like, takes out the last guy's gun, tackles him to the ground, and puts him in this hold.
Mm-hmm.
And someone just says to her, thank you. She turns back, smiles and nods. That's it.
Lame preview.
Comparison to a lot of others, yeah.
But it is the finale, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens, so I guess I just don't want to spoil anything super important.
Yeah, basically.
Makes sense. Anything else to say?
Not much. I don't. Unless you want to talk about, like, the GB thing I was thinking of. Also, I apologize if you can hear voices in the background.
That's okay. You are forgiven today. I mean, you just have ideas for, like, chibi skits. We can, like, talk about those later.
Yeah, I guess.
Considering we're about to be in a huge drought of content anyway.
Well, actually, Chibi is coming, like, the week after the finale.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how much we're going to really be talking about that.
Yeah, true.
Either way, aside from that, anything else?
Although, there is always one other thing that we could do.
What?
Wink. With 2 other people. Wink, wink.
Oh yeah, there's that. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
So, that everything?
That wasn't obvious at all.
Yeah. Nah, definitely not. I'm guessing you're good?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright then. See you next week for the finale. Laters.
See you for the finale. I hope Adam dies.
Yeah, I know.